Hi, Emmanuel, I want to talk to you a bit about your Arsenal career.
Since he has arrived with us, he has been completely fantastic for the team spirit.
Adebayor! Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant!
It wasn't easy convincing players to come to Manchester City.
An Emmanuel Adebayor goal against Arsenal, and he sets off to celebrate like never before.
Emmanuel Adebayor's departure from Arsenal to Manchester City in 2009 remains one of the most controversial transfers in Premier League history. The move sparked outrage amongst Arsenal fans, and Adebayor's actions on the pitch only added fuel to the fire. From his incredible rise at Arsenal to the ugly aftermath and his later move to Tottenham Hotspur, this is the story of Adebayor's transformation from hero to villain in North London. Emmanuel Adebayor joined Arsenal from Monaco in the guidance of Arsene Wenger. The towering Togo striker quickly established himself as a key player for the Gunners. His height, speed, and aerial ability made him a nightmare for all the defenders in the league, and his 2007-08 season was nothing short of remarkable. Adebayor scored 30 goals in all competitions for Arsenal that season, with 24 coming in the Premier League, earning him a spot in the PFA Team of the Year. He was a crucial part of a youthful Arsenal side that came close to winning the league, finishing just 4 points behind champions Manchester United. Despite all his success on the pitch, Adebayor's time at Arsenal wasn't without its challenges. Rumors of discontent began to swirl in 2008, with the striker publicly flirting with moves to European giants AC Milan and Barcelona. These rumors did not sit well with Arsenal fans, who felt that Adebayor was more concerned with money and personal gain rather than the club's success.
And I have a lot of club which is interest in me to be decided next week. Pep Guardiola as my wake-up call. He's one of the greatest managers that ever coached in football. He was calling me every single morning.
Reports of dressing room unrest also began to emerge, with accusations that Adebayor was becoming difficult to manage, clashing with teammates and showing a lack of commitment. Arsene Wenger was able to convince him to stay after offering him a lucrative new contract, but the damage was done. Many fans felt that Adebayor's heart was no longer in North London. In a quote from Arsene Wenger in 2009, "There were ups and downs in his attitude, and he had moments where I felt that he didn't want to be here." In the summer of 2009, after a frustrating and injury-plagued season, Adebayor made the move that would forever change his relationship with the Arsenal fans. Manchester City, newly backed by the financial power of Sheikh Mansour's Abu Dhabi United Group, were on a mission to sign top talent, and Adebayor became one of the players that they got in their spending spree for a reported £25 million. The move was seen as a betrayal by Arsenal fans. To make matters worse, in September 2009, Adebayor faced his old club for the first time in a City shirt, and what followed became one of the most infamous moments in Premier League history. After scoring a goal against Arsenal, Adebayor sprinted the length of the pitch to celebrate in front of the traveling Arsenal fans. The celebration was chaotic, with Arsenal supporters reacting angrily.
I think it was quite disgraceful. I mean, running over to the away fans is not something they should be doing.
I can't believe that a former player would do that.
And Adebayor later receiving a £25,000 fine and a 2-match suspension ban for his actions. In a quote from Adebayor after the match, "I was being abused by Arsenal fans from the first minute. When I scored, my emotions took over. I know it wasn't right, but it just happened."
We didn't have any fight, but the momentum, the emotion took over.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think the emotional take over me was I feel sorry for what I have done. Scoring the way people judge me for what I have done. Scoring goals again today make me feel free in my body. I'm sorry for doing what I have done.
After his explosive start at Manchester City, Adebayor's form began to decline. Injuries and disciplinary issues marred his time at the club. The arrival of new strikers including Mario Balotelli and Edin Dzeko, well, this saw Adebayor fall down the pecking order. By 2011, Adebayor was sent out on loan to Real Madrid, where he briefly regained his form, scoring 8 goals in 22 appearances for the Spanish Giants. However, his stay in Spain was short-lived, and he returned to City, where he found himself surplus to requirements. In 2011, Adebayor made yet another controversial move, this time joining Arsenal's bitter rivals Tottenham Hotspur on loan. The move shocked Arsenal fans who had already been angered by his actions at City. Adebayor, however, thrived at Spurs, netting 17 goals in his debut season and helping them to challenge for a top 4 finish. In 2012, Tottenham signed Adebayor on a permanent deal, and this was much to the dismay of Arsenal supporters who now viewed him as a double trader, playing for both City and Spurs. In a quote from Adebayor about joining Tottenham, "I know the Arsenal fans hate me, but I've always given everything to every club that I've played for. I wanted to prove myself, and Tottenham gave me the opportunity." After his stint at Tottenham, Adebayor's career began to wind down. Short spells at Crystal Palace and Istanbul Başakşehir, they followed, but he never recaptured the form that made him a Premier League star. Despite his controversial moves and his clashes with fans, Adebayor's talent was undeniable. He was a player who could be unplayable on his day, but inconsistency and off-the-field issues often overshadowed his ability. Looking back, Adebayor's story is one of talent, controversy, and polarizing decisions. For Arsenal fans, he will always be remembered as a striker who betrayed them for Manchester City and crossed an even bigger line by joining Tottenham. For others, he's a player who, despite his flaws, left a lasting impact on English football. Emmanuel Adebayor's career will always be remembered for the highs of his brilliance on the pitch and the lows for his controversial moves off it. From his rise at Arsenal to his infamous celebration for Manchester City and later his move to Tottenham Hotspur, Adebayor's legacy in the Premier League is as complicated as they come. But what do you think? Is Adebayor considered the greatest trader of all time? Was his move to Manchester City justified? Where exactly was he playing his best football? At Arsenal, Manchester City, or Tottenham? And also, finally, did he actually betray Arsenal? Let us know in the comments, and also don't forget to give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel for more footballing content like this. And remember that we will catch you on the next one.